All right, we're waiting for the presser guys to start. They have not started yet. So y'all remember, you guys remember, I think it was 2 months ago or 3 months ago, we all said that we were going to go do a bounty hunt in Mexico and go find the green eye jefe. All right. Remember, y'all were supposed to donate and everything, and we were all supposed to go, and then it didn't happen, because the holidays happened. We had scheduled for this to happen. I don't know what's going on with this mic arm. It's acting up, y'all. Welcome everybody. Welcome. No. Welcome everybody. Um, we were supposed to do that. Remember? You said, was he in Jalisco? I don't even know. I'm kind of mad because we were all supposed to do it, and then they had like this really cool cash ward or whatever. Like it was gonna be like a thing, and it was gonna be like the thing that was gonna like put our channel on the map or something. And we had all agreed, and you guys were like, "Yeah, we're down. We're gonna go do it." I think Belen was in the chat when all that went down. Anyways, well, apparently the FBI has captured our guys, so there's that. There's that. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. You said, can we get the money regardless? That's what I'm saying. Girl, we waiting. We waiting for this to start. Let's see. So the FBI, for those that are kind of new, this guy right here, I think he's Canadian, by the way. So I'm like, well, all right. I guess we'll see what's going on. Let me give you guys a little rundown of what this guy did. Okay, so Ryan, his name is Ryan Wedding, and he was actually a ex-Olympian. Let me pull something real quick because I want to make sure I got my notes correctly. So, shout out to the Canadians. I'm pretty sure he's Canadian, if I remember. Yes, he was like an Olympic snowboarder. Now, according to the FBI, Ryan James Wedding is accused in a superseding indictment of leading a transnational, hold on. Sorry, let me put it down. That was it. Sorry about that. I got interrupted. Transnational rug trafficking organization being involved in murders tied to that enterprise, plus large scale cocaine trafficking. Okay, trafficking, not, you guys know what I mean. So, as of January 23rd, as of today, a report says that the FBI has him in custody and en route to Los Angeles to face murder and Coca-Cola trafficking charges. All right. That is what we have so far. So, I mean, this guy was doing the most. They called him El Jefe. I mean, there's a lot out there right now as far as the things that he has done. I know that he was trying to have some people murdered too. Just kind of like the regular trafficking, nautical activity that people do. You know what I mean? Like if you're part of a ring, this is the kind of stuff that you do, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, you said, hold up. Oh, and I think we were renting a bus. That's right. We were going to rent the bus, and we were supposed to catch him. That's right. We were. One second, guys. I had to run and get my hairspray bottle too because The hair be doing too much, y'all. Like, I apologize, but the hair does too much. I don't know why. Sometimes it just drives me a little crazy. Um, anyways, let me stop. So let me put the hair, let me put the hair bottle, excuse me, the hairspray over there. Welcome everybody. While we're waiting, you know what I mean? Yes, we were supposed to, what were we supposed to do? We were supposed to rent a bus. And we were all supposed to go down to Mexico and capture this guy. We were going to get the award and we were going to split the money because I told you guys that there's like YouTubers that do like bounty hunting and stuff like that. I said, oh, this would be like a perfect bounty hunting type of thing. And it's like totally the makings of a reality TV show, if you know what I mean. Is the air dry? Ugh, I swear. You said that's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets. This one is glued blasting freeze hairspray. I think I got it on sale. Everything I get is on sale. Just note that. And I don't like paying full price for anything. So gotta be. Yes, yes. Aquanet is, I mean, where do they sell Aquanet? Do they like, where can I find Aquanet? It's not like I can find it at the Dollar Tree or anything like that. I don't even think they sell Aquanet like that. I wish it was Aquanet. This would be my favorite. Anyways, we are waiting, y'all. We're waiting for this to start. I'm trying to refresh it. It has not started. I mean, even Fox hasn't started their stream yet. So we're not there yet. We are not there yet. You said the hair is hairy. I hope so. Thank you. Thank you. Man, it is kind of quiet today. Is everybody doing okay? I know it's like Friday. I got some pre-recorded videos that are coming up over the weekend, so keep an eye on those. Been working on some stuff and whatnot. I know that's OG Chola. Now that, my friends, would be like OG right there, Aquanet. Aquanet and the the Sharpie. I don't need to draw in my eyebrows. I have naturally hairy eyebrows like Frida Kahlo. I think God bless me. He's like, girl, you're not going to, we're just going to give you some eyebrows. So I've been blessed with eyebrows. And I never, one of the things that I was told was never to overpluck. Don't overpluck. I never did that. But some of my aunties in my family weren't blessed with eyebrows. They had to tattoo their eyebrows, which is kind of like, actually aesthetically it looks nice. You just have to keep up with it every once in a while. But some people have to tattoo them, which cool, good for them. I remember when my older sisters shaved off her eyebrows. Oh no, that's horrible. You said I had a sister who cut like half of it over here. And like it just never really grew right. When you're young, there's a time frame when you're not supposed to do that when you're younger because things can get a little out of hand. You said, I'm finally home from the hospital. Oh my gosh. Girl, Helena, y'all drop some hearts for our girl over here. She says she's finally home from the hospital. She got 2 blood transfusions, IV penicillin, but I'm alive and home. My goodness, girl, I'm so happy you're here. You take care of yourself, okay? Please have somebody with you, all right, that's taking care of you. I hope that, you heal quickly. I have to sneeze. Give me 1 second. Thank you. Oh, baby bunny bless me. She said, bless you, mommy. Thank you, my honey bear. You said, that's super true. I use lash serum on my eyebrows and it made a huge difference. Really? Lash serum does something? Does it make them grow? That's amazing. Bless. I have a funny story about when I was a patrol officer when I microbladed my eyebrows and walked into a jail. Oh, man. Hey, just a tea, please. Shout out to you, my love. You say here, getting ready for the snowstorm this weekend. Y'all stay safe. The weather is no joke. I keep hearing. The weather is no joke, y'all. Stay safe. As I heard, it's supposed to be a little bit crazy, especially like on the south side of things. My goodness, Chico, thank you. Make sure y'all hit that like. Don't be a hater all your life. Scientifically, being a hater all your life is scientifically proven to diminish your life capacity, your air and your lungs, and definitely. So thank you so much. And Chico, shout out to Chico, man. OG member of this channel, 36 months. That's a long ass time, Chico. Thank you. You said, when they get super dark and thick, well, an inmate stops his phone call to say, damn, your eyebrows look so sick. I've colored my eyebrows, but I've never like I said, I don't have to do a whole lot other than just, fix the unibrow because it does grow in. Fix, make sure that I do need a little touch up. I'm a little rough right now, so you know that's the life of a hairy individual, I guess. You're getting old around here. That's right. On this channel for you. Yes, yes. Yo, we're gonna hit our 5-year mark next month. That's crazy work. You're a Santa Ana Chola here. LOL. JK. JK. It's definitely a culture. Like the Chola aesthetic is a culture, y'all. Like I love watching. There's like a bunch of like Facebook groups and Instagram groups where you watch like a lot of like the excuse me, Chicano style and dress style. There's something very like back in the day, I don't think I appreciated it as much, but now I do as I'm older. I dressed up as a chola in Halloween when I was like maybe 20 or something like that. And I literally went all out. Back then, me and a friend of mine, we decided to dress like the homies couple. Okay. Oh my god, I don't even know if I have a picture. Homies couple. If y'all know what I'm talking about, like one of the homies couple. I forget who we were. Um, let's see if I can pull while we wait. We totally did it. Like we were like the homies couple. Let me see. Oh, let me pull it. Let me pull it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Here we go. It's a good example of that. One Halloween, I got me some Dickies all the way up, and just did this, had a little tat right here. Makeup, you gotta do your eyebrows. Makeup, I made them a little thinner, I know that. Eyeliner, and liner on the lip and everything, and that's what we were. Yeah, he dressed up. I think we were supposed to be Pachuco and Pachuca, something like that. Anyways, it was really, really cool. We went as a couple. Um, and it was like a Halloween thing. So definitely that was fun. You remember the figurines? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, kind of like Pachuco and Pachuca type of deal. It's back in the day. If you remember Ben Davis, like that's another style. Matter of fact, Ben Davis is still doing clothing. A couple years ago, I got my brother a Ben Davis jacket. It's like part of the Chicano culture too. Um, Dickies, Ben Davis. I can't remember the other brand. There's some other brands. James, thank you so much for this. After only finding a Twix and 2 Mars bars, I began to realize that I'm just not cut to be a bounty hunter. After only finding a Twix and a Mars bar. Yo, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Give me one sec, guys. Okay. So shout out to James. That was kind of a funny. I was like, wait, you only found a Mars bars and a Twix. And a Twix. I mean, I'd be happy if I find the remote. You know what I mean? I always losing stuff. Always losing stuff. Yeah, we waiting. So one of the things that we said, by the way, I remember when I did this video on this guy on Ryan Wedding, I said, how come I just said, I made a statement and somebody got mad at me in the chat because I said this. I said, the guy's pretty good looking. Can you tell me like, why? And then his name is El Jefe, which is like stereotypical Hollywood movie of a white guy that lives in Mexico, what a lot of the Mexicans would probably call him El Jefe, especially if he's like involved in some kind of cartel, anything. Like that is so stereotypical to call him like the boss, El Jefe. When I was listening, I was like, well, yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's got green eyes, blue eyes, whatever. He's a white guy, he's got money. And so stereotypical of us to call him, the Mexicans to call him El Jefe. And I'm like, if that's not the making of a Hollywood movie of a character, I don't know it just is. It just is, y'all. It really is. You said, I think of Jeezy when you say El Jefe. He got fire so called Jefe. Oh man. Am I wrong for saying this? Let me know, man. I could be wrong. Y'all could be like, oh my god, Rabbit, that's just so wrong. You said, hold on. No, Mi Vida Loca is an OG movie. Yeah. Oh my god. Mi Vida Loca, you can find that movie here on YouTube too. By the way, it's like free. Somebody uploaded it. It's been uploaded for years. Mi Vida Loca with the Echo Park crew and everything. I can't believe they still do like they still interview the girls. That movie's like a classic. Mi Familia is on YouTube as well. I like Mi Familia. That was like, you know, around the time where Edward James was not, I wouldn't say fairly new, but he had already done some movies. Edward James, to me, is like classic, Edward James. I shout out to Edward James Olmos. I love him. He's one of the good guys. He's one of the good guys for the people, for sure. You said, "Girl, ain't that the worst when they low key handsome?" Do you know what, Blair? That's what I said. I said, I know y'all gonna get mad at me, but he is kind of handsome. He's not a bad looking, transnational drug trafficker. I mean, if he was, maybe that's why he got away for so long because he's kind of good looking. People tend to play that. But if somebody got mad, it's like you're a YouTube true crime channel saying that a drug trafficker is good looking. I said, well, damn. I guess I am. I'm not like, look at him. He's definitely eye candy. Okay, he is. I can call it how I see it. He's a little eye candy. We're waiting for the FBI. Where is the FBI? Where is the FBI? Come on, Cash. Come on, Cash. Get your people together. He is hot. Thank you. We're waiting for the FBI, y'all. They're just taking their sweet ass time because they're the FBI and they can. Here I'm like trying to hurry up for you guys. The FBI is taking their time. That's right. Both things can be true, right? He can be a horrible person, a really bad guy, but a good looking bad guy, which then falls into the notion of the girls that like the bad guys because they're good looking. You said, maybe they're trying to find Cash Patel's jacket, because they had to stop that. Please stop. This is serious though. That's why I'm live right now. So it is what it is. You said, James, like, y'all need glasses. That James is like, I can't even joke about this. You guys just need glasses. James, you're the one that can't find your Twix and your Mars bars. Do you think, don't even, Luigi Mangione. Man, I know I got a crowd in here that loves Luigi. Like I said, you got to separate the crime from the men. The pause was so serious. Yes, he is. He said, yep, he is hot, but I hope our husbands will get mad. I know. Cash, they're looking for a jacket before they start the press conference, because they got to make sure he's like legit. We waited. Hold up. See, even Fox hasn't started. Yes. Hold up, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me, while we wait. Okay, give me a sec, please. Thank you. Can you be patient? All right, hold up, y'all. I'm trying to get, where was I at? Wasn't I on? Oh, did I close out the window? I didn't mean to do that. Yes, no, I didn't. Hold up. Yeah, we're still waiting. All right, hold up, guys. I got to get something real quick. My bad. You see, yeah, y'all be talking about Luigi Mangione. Watch Tinkle Tits come in here and do the most. Let's see. You said his eyebrows aren't your thing. I told you that he looks like Ted Bundy to me. The Zac Efron version of Ted Bundy. Luigi Mangione reminds me of Ted Bundy. And then I said that and everybody got mad at me too. I'm like, why? It was like, because we can't unsee it. I'm like, I couldn't unsee it when I saw Ted Bundy. All right. And we waiting. Here we go. US Today. They're supposed to start at 9:30. It is 9:55. FBI Director Kash Patel holds press conference. They're still looking for his jacket, y'all. They're trying to make sure that it fits. We're waiting, guys. We're waiting. We're waiting. Welcome everybody. I literally just a girl that thinks some men happen to be cute. Me too. You said he's hot, but a lot of guys in jail are too. Hey Ronan. Oh my God, Mar, thank you for the $4.99. Just got here. He's definitely eye candy, and this is coming from a nurse. Shout out to Mar. Mar's like, girl, I saw. Thank you. He is eye candy. The guy is eye candy. All right, maybe that's why he got away with so much for so long. Okay, like literally, maybe that's why he got away with so much. Hold up, let me see what's going on here. We're waiting for this to start, guys. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I was trying to fix the thumbnail because I wanted to put Kash Patel's face too, but it's not letting me. I don't know why. Hold up. Let's fix this while we waiting. You said, and thank you, Mar, for the $4.99. Really appreciate the support, you guys. Thank you. Thank you to our supporters today. Make sure you guys are hitting that like. Remember that guy from Hot Felon who ended up getting the real? Oh, he actually there was a felon that went like he had like color eyes, and everybody was talking about was going crazy over him, and then like I don't know when he went viral for being good looking or something like that. It was hilarious. And yeah, he went viral for being so good looking. That did happen. I remember that. That was a thing. And then I think he became like a model or something like that. So he was like a felon. He got caught up on some charges, and then at the end of the day he became like famous or whatever for it and whatnot. Okay. Kash Patel. I really wish Kash would like have the FBI retake his FBI photo, because I don't know why he looks like he just doesn't blink, or something looks really wrong about Kash Patel's face. And I know he knows it too. He must know that his face looks completely off on that FBI photo. That just can't be me. I mean, there's no way. He knows it. He looks like he's been up all night on something. Allegedly. Oh my goodness, Baby Bunny's doing the most. Okay. Let's do this. I'm trying to fix this thumbnail, y'all, so we can have a better thumbnail. 1 second, guys. I almost spilled my coffee. You said is it a lazy eye? Is that what it is? So it's like a medical condition then, right? Or is it just me? Yeah, because he's got is it that? And again, I'm not trying to make fun, but I do feel there's some other pictures of Kash Patel where he looks a little bit better. He just doesn't. He looks really like MK Ultra in that picture specifically. And I know I'm talking a lot, but is it just me? Okay, well, thank you, Hey Crispy. I'm not trying to be all the way mean, but so he has. Thank you, Kelly. See, if Kelly Shugs, if the man's got a medical condition, I ain't trying to make fun or anything, but that picture is giving like MK Ultra. I didn't want to be here, and I've been up for 2 days or something like that. I've been up for 2 days. Hold up, now let me. Okay, now I feel like I fixed my thumbnail. All right, that's better. I gotta upload it while we wait. Because literally, I feel bad. I was like, I don't know if he's got like a medical condition. Maybe he does. I don't know. And I ain't trying to make fun of the guy, because that does happen. But he kind of reminds me a little bit of there's a condition that has to do with I guess that's more for women. Never mind. There's a condition that could like affect the shape of your eyes and stuff like that. And it's got I forget what it has to do with, but I kind of wondered if that's the issue that he has with his eye too. I forgot what it's called. Okay. Here we go. That looks more decent. Look at this. Much more better. Much more better. Now I'm making up words, y'all. Shout out to everybody. Happy Friday, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are, whether you're at home, work, or shout out to Helena who's like recovering. Shout out to our girl over here. I hope she, feels better. Shout out to her. Okay. I think that's better. Hope you guys are having a great day. Friday, 23rd is still the New Year's. It is the 23rd day of the year. And, shout out to everybody. Okay, that's a better picture. You said people think that King of Queens is cute. Which one? Who? What's his name? Is his name? I forgot his name. Kevin something? I forgot his name. He's not bad looking. What's his name? Kevin? I forgot the actor's name. Kevin James, yeah. I've heard that one before. Yay, can't wait for the weekend. The eye condition is swollen. Yeah, it's something like it weakens the muscle. Thank you, Fire Rabbit. I was like, I know that there's a specific eye condition for that, if you're not careful, it can affect or whatever. Like, that's why I'm like, I'm not trying to make fun of the guys. Maybe he has like an eye condition or something like that. Could very well be the case. Or maybe he was up all night or something. I don't know. That could also be the case too. Okay.
Here today to announce another record historic achievement because of law enforcement partnerships across America and across the globe come together to fight crime in all corners of the earth. Today, we are announcing a capture of another FBI's most wanted top 10 fugitive, Ryan Wedding. That makes 6 top 10 FBI captures in 1 year alone. To put that in perspective, that's 2 more than the entirety of the prior administration. And none of this would be possible without the tremendous leadership of Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice and our partners and prosecutors at the United States Attorney's Office here in LA and our Los Angeles field office. Here you'll see many of our brave partners, including the Commissioner of the RCMP, the Chief of Police of the LAPD, our LA field office, ADIC, along with our partners from DEA and CBP and more. This is what a united front looks like. And just fight crime in all corners of the earth. Today, we are announcing a capture of another FBI's most wanted top 10 fugitive, Ryan Wedding. That makes 6 top 10 FBI captures in 1 year alone. To put that in perspective, that's 2 more than the entirety of the prior administration. And none of this would be possible without the tremendous leadership of Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice and our partners and prosecutors at the United States Attorney's Office here in LA and our Los Angeles field office. Here you'll see many of our brave partners, including the Commissioner of the RCMP, the Chief of Police of the LAPD, our LA field office, ADIC, along with our partners from DEA and CBP and more. This is what a united front looks like. And just to tell you how bad of a guy Ryan Wedding is, he went from an Olympic snowboarder to the largest narco trafficker in modern times. He is a modern day El Chapo. He is a modern day Pablo Escobar. And he thought he could evade justice. But these brave men and women put together a prosecution package, put together an investigative package, put together an operation strategy. And here we are today, bringing him to justice for trafficking hundreds of kilos of cocaine and also for the murder of innocent civilians. This individual and his organization and the Sinaloa cartel poured narcotics into the streets of North America and killed too many of our youth and corrupted too many of our citizens. And that ends today. I also want to have a tremendous shout out to the government of Mexico. President Sheinbaum, Secretary Harfuch, and the military and law enforcement officers of Mexico worked hand in glove with our teams on the ground there to apprehend last night in Mexico City, Ryan Wedding. I was privileged to be there on a previously planned trip, and this was a great operation that came together through interagency success because no one behind me and to the side of me cares about credit. They care about putting away the bad guys and safeguarding our communities. That is the leadership that President Trump has brought to the presidency. That is the support that he has brought to law enforcement from coast to coast. And I just can't say how thankful I am to be a small part of this and lead the FBI. These men and women do the hard work. But when you go after a guy like Ryan Wedding, it takes a united front. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing global partnerships from coast to coast. I want to give a special shout out to our ambassador in Mexico. Ambassador Ron Johnson quarterbacked this effort for us from Mexico for a year plus. As soon as he got to post at our new embassy compound there, he made this a priority and he came through. This is what leadership looks like. And this is a historic 2025 year the FBI is having. To put it in perspective, the FBI has had 67,000 arrests this year alone. That is a 200% increase. The FBI has captured 6 of the top 10 most fugitives on our board. The FBI has also seized enough fentanyl to kill 150 million Americans, a 31% increase. The FBI has arrested 35% more espionage corrupt actors from China, Russia, the DPRK, and Iran. The FBI has found and identified 6,000 children that were missing. That is up 22%. All of these historic record-breaking numbers lead to another historic record-breaking number brought to you by President Trump's leadership. That is a 20% decline in the murder rate in the United States of America. That is an all-time record for the modern era. Our communities are safeguarded by these men and women. We are thankful to be partnered with the Department of Justice and the relentless efforts to safeguard our communities by Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. But we're not done today. We're going to get back on the plane, and we've captured and apprehended another top 10 fugitive while we were in Mexico, and we're going to head east and hand him over to local law enforcement authorities. I also want to give a huge shout out to state and local law enforcement. This work is not possible at all without them on the front lines every single day. They're the greatest partners we could ever have, and thank God we have a president who backs the blue. And that is what results look like. Personally, for me at the FBI, I want to thank our hostage rescue team. I want to thank our special forces, our special flight operations unit. I want to thank our headquarters component, our LA field office. This was a enterprise-wide success. The moving pieces to pull this off and apprehend one of the world's most wanted criminals and bring him to justice in the United States of America can only be done when you have leadership from the top with President Trump, the Attorney General, and all these great leaders here. I'm going to turn it over to the Assistant Director in charge of the Los Angeles Field Office, Akil Davis, for some more comments on the case itself and the investigation.
Thanks, Boss. Good morning. My name is Akil Davis. I'm the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles Field Office. We told you in November we would find Mr. Wedding, and today that day has arrived. The long arm of the law extends beyond our borders. This marks the 500th capture of an FBI top 10 fugitive since its inception 75 years ago. I want to congratulate the devoted team effort that led to this capture. Today is a great day for the FBI and for our partners here today, specifically our partners at the RCMP, the LAPD, and the DEA, and so many other agencies at every level. But it's also a good day for the victims of this case. Ryan Wedding tormented several people and several families that will never be the same. But today, they get the justice that they sought. Investigators worked tirelessly for well over a year to find Mr. Wedding, where he will face federal prosecution. As you know, Mr. Wedding and others are charged for their roles in a transnational organized crime network, shipping massive amounts of cocaine, approximately 60 metric tons, through Southern California on its way to Canada. Mr. Wedding is also wanted for orchestrating multiple murders of victims and government witnesses. In addition to the massive manhunt that went into apprehending Mr. Wedding, we worked with State Department to offer rewards and the Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control, which imposed crushing sanctions in this case. This case is also being worked under the auspices of the Homeland Security Task Force here in Los Angeles. I'd like to provide a few details to illustrate the sheer work that has gone into this case. We've arrested 36 people for their role in this organization. Again, we've worked with our Canadian partners, our Mexican partners, our partners in Colombia and the Dominican Republic. The Treasury Department has sanctioned 19 people, including Ryan Wedding himself. We've seen mountain of drugs, cash, weapons, We seized a Mercedes-Benz estimated over $15 million. We seized dozens of motorcycles worth approximately $40 million and other valuable artwork and jewelry. Ryan Wedding will be held in custody over the weekend and is anticipated to have his initial appearance on Monday morning. While we're happy about this victory, we have a lot of work ahead of us to prosecute this case and continue our investigation. I want to emphasize we are still seeking multiple individuals wanted for their roles in this organization. The State Department is still offering a $2 million reward for information leading to additional arrests. I ask anyone with information to contact us at 424-494-0614. That number can be called internationally, domestically via WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegram. I also would like to thank, lastly, the Ontario International Airport for making this possible, securing the security of the scene and allowing us to plan this in such a way. Thank you, and I'd now like to turn it over to Chief McDonald of the Los Angeles Police Department.
I think they're speaking loudly because of the aircraft, guys, because you guys keep saying, why are they so loud?
Thank you, Akil, and
Aircraft.
thank you all for being here today. The Los Angeles Police Department is proud to stand with our federal, international, and local partners as we announce the arrest of Ryan James Wedding. This has been a coordinated, intelligence-driven investigation into Wedding's global drug trafficking organization, which used Los Angeles as its primary point of distribution. Our collective efforts led to the seizure of more than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets. This outcome reflects the tireless and seamless collaboration of the FBI, the LAPD, the DEA, and we're joined by Brian Clark here, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Together, we have disrupted a major narcotics pipeline impacting Los Angeles, the United States, and Canada. This is a significant blow to a criminal network that has endangered communities across borders. I want to personally thank the dedicated men and women from every agency represented here, from my own agency, the work of Gang and Narcotics Division particularly. Their relentless commitment over the past 2 years has made this operation possible. Because of their work, Los Angeles is safer, and those responsible are being held accountable. We appreciate our media partners for showing up today on such short notice. Thank you for that. It's now my pleasure to be able to introduce to you the Commissioner of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Mike Duham. Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to start off by thanking Director Patel for inviting me here on this special occasion. It goes without saying that no single agency or nation can combat transnational organized crime alone. The arrest of Ryan Wedding is a result of strong, trusted partnership. I want to thank the men and women from the FBI, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the U.S. Department of Justice, Los Angeles Police Force, and all the U.S. and Canadian law enforcement that took part in this. They spent countless of hours and many sacrifices to lead us to where we're at here today. And without the results, we can finally say that our communities, our countries are much safer with the arrest of Ryan Wedding. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
We'll take a few questions. Without getting into operational sensitivities, Ryan Wedding was apprehended last night in Mexico City. And to safeguard the integrity of the ongoing investigation, we will not go into that. But I think it goes without saying, to go down to Mexico to find a guy who's been on the lam for multiple years for some of the most egregious crimes on planet Earth takes an interagency-wide effort led out by President Trump, our DOJ, and our partners in Mexico, and very grateful for that partnership. Did you hear her? Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Unrelated to Mr. Wedding's apprehension, an individual by the name of Mr. Castillo, another top 10 fugitive on the FBI's most wanted list, was apprehended also in Mexico last week. We are going to be transporting him east right after we depart here today. as the gentleman stated, Mr. Wedding is in custody already. He was transported off the plane. So, the indictment stems from the Los Angeles U.S. Attorney's Office, so the investigators, the police, will handle that appropriately in that jurisdiction. This arrest was a success of interagency law enforcement putting itself to the max every single day relentlessly. We will not comment on anyone regarding the rewards. We'll take one more question. Sorry, I can't hear you. Well, we came to Ontario because the weather's pretty nice here, but we also have to maximize operational security. We make these decisions jointly with our partners who run these airports. We make these decisions jointly with the local police force and our interagency officers. There are trigger points and earmarks that we have to meet to safely transport an individual of the level and caliber of Ryan Wedding. And so that collective decision was made to ensure the security of both the transportation and the federal transfer of custody that the FBI executed, and also to ensure the safety of his confinement and ultimate prosecution. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Okay, hold up, y'all. So they're in an airstrip. That's the FBI airplane there, right? That's the FBI airplane. They're in an airstrip. So they're in Canada right now. And they have Ryan Wedding in Los Angeles, right? So does the FBI fly around with the podium, like just to be ready for press conferences? Like, we gonna pull this right now, and this is for press conference purposes type of situation. And where is the Mexican rep? And the money doesn't go to anybody? Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I was like, did I hear this incorrect? Maybe I heard a different name. Thank you. So 10 fly and 15 fly. Gotcha. Thank you, Steeler. God, it was just a pop-up, and then they had the podium there, right? Yeah, they went from Mexico to they got a yeah, so they're in Cali. That's right. I thought they were. Why did I think that they were in Canada? I don't know. Maybe I just assumed that. They're in okay. So they're in the airstrip freeway, I guess. I'm not really sure. Why can't they talk about the money? But then it sounds like they didn't really need the money because they work with Mexican officials. Listen, I don't know. What is it? One of them pop-up podiums or something? That's interesting. They're involved. Well, I don't know how. He's Canadian. He's Canadian. He's not. So I thought that was interesting. I'm like, well, if he's found guilty, are they just gonna, he served his time and then they deport him back to Canada, which is what they typically would do. Gotcha. Thank you for the clarification. They carry their own podiums. Yes, y'all got it messed up. Thank you. I was like, I was so confused. Thank you guys for correcting it. They carry their own podiums and seals. It's a pop-up podium, just kind of like you have your lip gloss in your purse. You got a pop-up podium too. That's how the FBI does. Y'all, this is why I love watching true crime stuff with you guys, because you guys make me laugh. Can y'all calm down? Look at, then we got the people that get mad at us when they watch the replay. Like, what are you guys talking about? That was a pop-up Cash Patel. Somebody was like, he's not even blinking. And those are bubbles, honey. You know that. Yes, the pop-up podium. Yeah, both. Thank you. It is confusing. That's why I was like, I'm confused. Anyways, that being said, though, so they captured him. And it sounds like they worked in conjunction with Mexico, which they gave. I'm like, am I hearing them shout out Mexico for once? What? Which is great if that's what happened. I have a lot of questions about the money part. So there was an operation and they're not going to give us that information, right? Like, they're not going to give us that information. But it sounds like there was a collaboration to get this guy. There is more to this guy. Now, I don't like the comparison to personally because I don't think you can compare Ryan Wedding to El Chapo. I think if you want to say that the comparison fits, or modern day El Chapo, if you want to say that the comparison fits, because Ryan Wedding, according to the U.S. authorities, he's led the transnational Coca-Cola organization, moving Coca-Cola from Colombia to Mexico to the U.S. to Canada, and that had the Sinaloa cartel connecting. He was protecting this connection, and he was connecting these. Okay, and El Chapo, who again he is like the convicted Sinaloa cartel leader. And back then, according to the DOJ, he ran massive amounts of trafficking enterprise, and he was sentenced more than 30 years. So you could say, based on the protection of that connection between both El Chapo and Ryan Wedding, yeah, you could say that there's a comparison there, but not really, okay? Because even though both individuals have been alleged to have been associated with murders, both of them, right? El Chapo has his level of murders. I mean, you're talking about violent murders, and if you're messing with the cartel and it's just you, please note that you and your lineage will be gone. They'll make sure of it. That's kind of how it is. And they're unapologetic about it. Whereas Ryan Wedding was allegedly ordering people to be off. Different things. So was so was El Chapo, but there's levels of crimes. El Chapo ran his own lane. That's why I was like, I don't know if you could really make the comparison the same. The other thing to keep in mind too is that where, for me at least, the comparison breaks is that El Chapo was like it was the top boss, like the top, and he was running this cartel and it had global reach, guys, international, global, very organizational control between the Sinaloa. He's already been convicted and sentenced. Keep that in mind. But Ryan, as far as what we know so far, is that he's just accused of running a high level of trafficking organization, and he allegedly worked under. It's been alleged that he's working under the Sinaloa umbrella, and there are major operations there. But at this time, like that, the different levels. So even though they want to make that comparison, I'm like, I don't know if you can, man. Like, who goes? Think about the cartel, the El Chapo. When he had been detained before, the man disappeared and he stayed gone for a while. Talk to Sean Penn about the cartel. Don't forget that secret meeting that Sean Penn had with El Chapo too. This man can be hidden, and I mean, I'm surprised that he stayed as long as where he's at, serving the time that he has. Okay, so El Chapo is a whole different level. This guy is like, nothing in comparison, in my opinion. So I know that the FBI likes to toot their own horn, and as they should. They should be proud if they captured somebody. But El Chapo is like, you can't compare it. You just can't. You cannot. And there's a lot of victims out there from the Sinaloa cartel as well. So yeah. I should do a video about Sean Penn and him meeting El Chapo. That would be a very interesting video. Kate del Castillo. It was Kate del Castillo, who was a Mexican actress, and Sean Penn. And Sean Penn and Kate del Castillo had like a fallout over this. This was back in, what year was this? Oh my God. And they did this whole thing. What year did Sean Penn meet El Chapo? This was a huge deal. And because the way it was 2016. Wow, it was really 10 years ago. 2016. No, it was 10 years ago. You know how people are doing? What were you doing in 2016? Well, I was graduating. I realized that it's been 10 years since I graduated from grad school. Sean Penn was meeting El Chapo in 2016. I swear to God, maybe 2016 was the iconic year. I don't know. They had a little. It was said that Kate del Castillo and El Chapo had a little romantic fling, and so did Sean Penn. I'm not really sure, but yeah, there was a secret interview. I should totally do a video on that, because I remember being at odd, and then even Kate del Castillo, I think she fell out with Sean Penn. There's something happened. That's what I heard too. Wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Her dad is Eric del Castillo, and he's like a very well. Eric del Castillo. I mean, you're talking about Mexican telenovela dynasty. You know what I mean? Like these people are people with money, people with Hollywood, Mexican Hollywood connection, if that's what you want to call it, Mexican cinema connections and stuff like that. But it's always good to do your research when you hear somebody make a comparison to who and what. It's like I don't know if Ryan Wedding is up there with the Chapo. I wouldn't put him up there. That's just my thought. I think it'd be interesting. We could revisit 2016. I like that. I think it's a good idea. Let me put that on my book. There's some other videos that I'm working on right now, but I think it'd be a cool video. Because I remember when that happened, I think I want to say I saw, was it TV Azteca or something like that they were doing like a little review about what happened. Let me put this down. Sean Penn. Because something happened between Sean Penn and Kate del Castillo where she was really upset with him. Oh, yeah, this is what happened. I remember. Sean Penn used Kate del Castillo to get to El Chapo. That's what he did. Sean Penn used Kate. So like he was like, talking to her, Kate del Castillo did a little bit of acting in the American market, but not so much, right? And a lot of the Mexican actresses, they try to break in. Think of like Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek, for example, y'all know who Salma Hayek is. Put a one in the chat, please. She's married to that one guy who's got the connections and the really weird connections over there. Salma Hayek got her start in the Mexican telenovelas. A lot of actresses do. They get their start in the Mexican telenovelas and then they jump over. So Kate del Castillo is one of them. She got her start there, and then she did a couple of like minuscule roles, not some that you'd be like, oh, I recognize this girl. So I might do a little deep dive. But I remember that Kate del Castillo said that she was used by Sean Penn to meet El Chapo. Ooh, this is it. Yeah. The guy that owns Salma Hayek married is it the Balenciaga? The French guy, whatever the hell his name is. He's like into the underground dark stuff. Kind of weird. Sean Penn and Kate del Castillo. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna like dig into some stuff. All right. Oh, I'm kind of curious to know. That'll be a cute little deep dive. Gucci, was it the Gucci guy that she married? A lot of Mexican actors get their start. Yeah, in daytime scoops. That's right. Americans. That's right. So, who else? I'm trying to think. Yeah, but Salma Hayek you're talking about before Quentin Tarantino movies. Salma Hayek before, like she got her start in the Mexican novelas. Who's the other one? The Spaniard one. What the hell is her name? Penelope Cruz is another one. I don't know if I have to see what novelas she did, but she also got her start in doing like soap operas. I don't know if it was just Espanol, because she's Spaniard, Penelope Cruz. So she might be another actress that made it in here. And we don't hear about Penelope Cruz anymore, but I mean, she was in her prime when she was doing Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise. Oh my God, Muchachitas. I still watch the reruns. Yo, I just ate because those were like the novelas of my childhood. Oh my God. Oh, I want to cry. All right, let me stop. Abraham, stop it. Don't be. Jaime Camil, Eugenio Derbez. Here's another one. Eugenio Derbez has done some roles in the American market too. Yes, that's right. Them too. I think Penelope Cruz did date Sean Penn, but I believe, did she ever date Tom Cruise? Hold up, let me see. This is an era that I like. It plays in my mind sometimes. Penelope Cruz. Look, that's the first thing that comes up. Yes, they did back in early 2001 to 2004. Oh, see, I wonder if Penelope thought about the Scientology, because then after that he got married, right? But I remember their movie in Vanilla Sky. That Vanilla Sky movie is a fucking trip. I mean, even now I watch it and I'm like, I still think it's a crazy ass movie that was ahead of its time for sure. But yeah. Anyways, y'all are y'all are like putting all the names. This would be a good, interesting deep dive. I'm here for it. So I might have to do something about the day that Kate del Castillo and Sean Penn met El Chapo, my uncle. Now let me stop. He's not my real uncle. He's not my real. I'm not related to any cartel people, please and thank you. Who got caught? I don't know the story at all. The boss what? The good-looking guy that they were looking for back in November. You know how it is, Fish Liberties podcast. You know, some of these criminals, like they. Anyways, he's eye candy. He's got like, blue eyes. This is him. I mean, like, and people get mad at me because I say that he's eye candy. You're glorifying criminals. No, I'm not. I said he's good looking. This is him. He got caught. So he was a Canadian Olympic snowboarder who turned into a transnational drug kingpin under the Sinaloa cartel. And he was basically protecting the connection between Mexico, US, and Canada. That's who they just caught. So we just did a whole press conference where Kash Patel, I don't think he blinked when I was watching. I didn't see him blink, but Kash Patel said that they caught him. They said that they worked in conjunction with Mexican authorities. They gave some shout outs. Yeah. Yep. You said Eric Estrada went backwards and went to the Mexican novelas. I liked Eric Estrada in Dos Mujeres y un Camino. That's a good one. He's not good at protecting. He was not protecting. Anyways, all right, y'all are naming all kinds of novelas in my chat. we went from this to that. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I got to work on some pre-recorded. I'll probably be live later because I have to do another live later today. Maybe, not sure, just depending on what comes up. I want to talk about the he wasn't convicted. The officer from the Texas elementary school, the Uvalde officer. I didn't cover the trial, but I have been catching up a little bit here and there about, what happened and his failure to act and everything. I think that's kind of where we're at. They didn't catch him. Geez, who didn't catch him? Y'all, ABC News just reported he turned himself in. Oh. Well, why did Kash Patel said that they caught him and there was work with the FBI? Let me see. Hold up, girl. Hold up, because I thought you were trolling me. But I know you're not trolling me. Y'all, ABC News, he turned himself in. I don't think Kash didn't even say that. If he turned himself in, then why are you guys giving yourselves accolades? I mean, I don't. Hold up. Ryan. Dun. Oh, okay. He was arrested. He turned himself in. No, hold up. It doesn't say that. Hold up. Let me see. Now I want to see. Turned himself in. Let me see. All right. I don't want to be making this up. It says that he was arrested. It doesn't say that he turned himself in. It just says that he's been arrested, where he will face authorities. And then Kash Patel was saying that they worked with Mexican authorities to basically capture him. And he says that this is as a result of Trump's law and order leadership thing. Let's see. I'm looking. Where does it say? You got to tell me the article. Yeah, it just says that he was arrested. It doesn't say that he turned himself in. Linda, tell me, why are they saying he turned himself in? Where though? What? Can you tell me the source? Put the title of the article and I'll pull it, because I don't. Apprehended in Mexico, arrested. I guess you could say apprehended could fall under turned himself in, but they literally thank themselves. You said, I don't see how he came into custody. I don't see who pressured him to turn his ass in. So who do they give the award money? Yeah, they didn't even talk about the award money. Yeah, that negates the cash if he turned himself in, right? Like there would be. Los Angeles Times, you said? Okay, let's look into the LA Times. Ah, look at this. All right, well, let's get into this. Okay, now we got some sources. Linda might be right on the money on this one. Thank you, Linda. Associated Press. Let's get into this. Hold up, friends. Ryan Wedding, a former Olympic on the FBI list, has been arrested. Okay. He's been arrested. So let me see. He was arrested in Mexico. He's accused of running drug trafficking and orchestrating the killing of several people. The authorities had offered a $15 million reward for information leading up to his conviction and arrest. Okay, so Pam confirmed and Kash Patel confirmed on social media, and then Kash just did a press conference. He said that was being transported to the U.S. after being apprehended, where U.S. authorities believe that the former Olympian had been hiding for more than a decade. He said it's a huge day for a safer North America and the world, Patel wrote on X. Okay. News conference was held. Yes, it was in California. Wedding arrest was a result of an international cooperation and praised Mexico government and global partnerships. Okay, international cooperation. When you go after the guy like Ryan Wedding, it's like a united front, and that's what you're seeing. Describing him as a modern day El Chapo, and he's not. Thought he could evade justice. All right, hold up. Let me see. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Patel had a meeting. Patel held meetings in Mexico on Thursday and left Friday with 2 detainees. There's another person, remember? Mexico Security Secretary Omar Huff, I can't even say his last name, Omar Garcia, we're going to say that, wrote on X. He said the 2 detainees were Canadian citizens who turned themselves in at the U.S. Embassy, as well as someone else who was among FBI's most wanted had been detained by the Mexican authorities. There you go. So they were at the yeah, thank you. So do you really have a Cantinflas picture on your avatar? Shout out to you. But I thought it was like I don't know, man. Look. So he turned himself in and he's been apprehended because he turned himself in. That's what I think that's what they meant to say. To thoughts? Are we reading too much into this? He turned himself in. Maybe he made a deal with the government to turn himself in. He was arrested because he turned himself in. Not that they captured him and he turned himself in. It says it more clearly in the last paragraph, Rabbit. All right, let me get into it. So, a member of the Mexican security cabinet who spoke, on conditions of anonymity because they're not authorized to speak publicly, told the Associated Press that Wedding was the Canadian citizen who turned himself in. Wait, is that it right there, Soul Power? Is that it? It looks like Cantinflas. Doesn't it look like Cantinflas? Have we been I might need to find that one that little thing that says that one guy that sings "Why You Always Lying." Oh my God, stop your effing lying. That kind of like that. And Baby Buddy just told me that. Let me stop. There's no reward money because he turned himself in. Ay, ay, ay. Thoughts, impressions, opinions? You say, yeah, even Google News says that he turned himself in after negotiations. That's going to have to be our new GIF. Why you always lying? Oh my God. Why you always lying? That's like, where is it at? Oh, I can't even play it because I think it's like,
why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop your fucking lying. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop your fucking lying. Why the fuck?
all right, let me stop, man. I think that's copywritten. All right, guys. Linda, thank you for coming through. Shout out to Linda and everybody else that came through with the news. All right, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. Hit the like button, y'all. Thank you, Mama. I gotta go, y'all. That was a great show for all who blindly support everybody. The point is he's apprehended. How he got himself there and the fact that he won't talk about money, don't you worry about it. He wore a jacket that fit and he didn't blink. That's how it is. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. I got to go record a video because I can't do this. Bye, guys.